Arizona is on to its next starting quarterback, and today we spoke with the player that will take over the job for the rest of the season. Will Plummer started against NAU and feels confident he's made improvements since then.
The scoreboard really hasn't shown, but we've been in every game. We've been in tight games. We just got to get the offense to kind of click a little bit better, and I feel like I'm in pretty good physical shape right now. I feel like mentally I'm in a good spot, so I think that this task is going to be a good challenge for me.
You said you're in a good spot, but after the NAU game, where were you at then, and how do you feel now compared to then?
Yeah, I mean that's one of the probably one of the worst nights of my life. That night, got a little banged up in the shoulder. I didn't throw for about a week, so I was out for a little bit, kind of down, fell on the depth chart a little bit, but just tried to stay focused, come to practice, work once I got back, good to go. So I feel like I've came a long way since then. I feel like I'm ready to go.
Is there a different mentality knowing, okay, I'm going to start the game as opposed to I'm just going in there randomly in a second quarter or whatever it may be?
I mean, yeah, you're going to prepare as a starter and you're going to take all the reps in practice. When you're a backup, you got to kind of just take them all mentally. You got to stand there and try to stay engaged in practice, stay engaged with the game, picture yourself in there. So I think that getting all the reps this week is going to be big for me, and hopefully Friday we'll be able to pull one out.
Did you get hurt early in the NAU game, and just overall, how did you assess your performance in that ball?
I mean, I took a hit. That was my own fault in the third quarter, early in the third quarter, and kind of just brushed it off, kept playing. I mean, I'm not blaming any of my play on that. Thought I could play through it, could play through it, ended up getting benched, but for the most part, I think that it was more after the fact. Once the adrenaline wore off, once the medicine they gave me wore off, I was kind of like, this kind of hurts. But I think for the most part, that was more mentally. There was some things there that kind of just slipped from my grasp. But I think that I've came a long way since then, and I'm ready to go.
When you had the pick six in that game, what was the teachable moment in that?
Yeah, so I mean that was just a pretty basic play we were running where we let Stanley Berryhill run a choice route and break in and out wherever he wants to go, and kind of just weren't on the same page. I saw the linebacker standing there, and I thought we weren't on the same page. Threw it, got intercepted for 6, and kind of just moved on from that. I knew that play was kind of just unfortunate, but nothing I could really do about it than just kind of go back out there and just start again.
Whether you were looking over your shoulder or not beforehand, you're the only scholarship quarterback right now. How do you approach it now that you don't have to worry about somebody looking over your shoulder?
I mean, you definitely try to just approach it the same way. I mean, I know that it's going to be a little bit nicer not having that aspect of it, but at the same time, like, you kind of just got to go out there and keep playing. So I know my goal is I got to stay healthy for the next 6 games, and that's not going to change the way I play. I'm going to play the way I do. I'll try to be smarter on plays that I can be, but they're going to get the same guy out of me that they're expecting.
From fall camp to now, what has the ride been like for you?
It's been, I mean, you would never picture it. You don't really see it that often in college football, having the fluctuation at quarterback that we've been having. It's been a little bit difficult, but I feel like all 3 of us we're pretty close individually with each other. So it's been kind of nice to see other guys do it and see what they're doing and how they're handling themselves. So I think you can definitely learn from standing on the sideline and watching games. So I think that I've learned a lot the last couple weeks.
The Wildcats currently have the longest losing streak in the country at 18 games and are just coming off being shut out in Boulder. But that hasn't hurt the team's confidence with 6 games left to play.
Yeah, he's got to do a great job of managing the game, which he's done, and he's just got to make the throws we ask him to, and execute the offense and just be a great leader, which he's ready for all that.
Is it going to be?
Yeah, I think it'll help running the football and having a consistent running attack, which will help him, lessen the coverage, having less guys in coverage, more guys have to stop the run. So as basic as that is, I feel like that's one really good way to help him, and then we'll do whatever he can do really well. This plays really well. So if he's executing at a high level, we'll keep going.
Just keep on playing hard. Either way, the outcome, I mean, it doesn't change what we do on defense. We still have to go out there and stop them every time they get on the field. So, we just try to go out there with that mindset, man, just not giving up anything, even though we didn't do that. But, I mean, that's our mindset every time we step on that field.
Do you feel like the effort level has been at the max from the first snap to the last and every single game?
I feel like every time we go out on the field, we give our, the most effort we have, running to the ball and things like that, trying to create plays and turnovers and stopping them.
How would you grade the defense's overall performance through the first half of the season?
I can't really say a grade right now. I don't really have a grade off the top of my head, but I feel like we playing pretty good. I mean, it might not look like that through the scores and things like that, but I feel like we done came a long way, and I feel like, you know, we still have a lot of improvement to do.
What's some of the messaging that you're trying to convey to your teammates?
Just keeping the whole team in a positive mind. I mean, I know it hasn't gone how we want it to go, but I mean, at the end of the day, you still have to come up here and, you know, give it your all every day. I mean, this is our job. I mean, if you're trying to play at the next level, you just have to, you know, keep going. And I mean, we still have 6 games, so it's not, you know, no telling what can happen. So, you know, just keeping faith in the coaches and things like that. Yeah, I mean, we all see the progress, but at the end of the day, it's about, you know, the W or the L. So I mean, it's the moral victory, yeah, but I mean, it's, you know, it's about the W or L column and things like that. That's what we're chasing.
If you won 3-0 or if you won 50-49, you wouldn't really carry it.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Just a win is a win, you know. So
how hungry are the guys to just kind of put this whole losing streak to the side and just kind of, so no one's talking about it, asking about it, thinking about it?
Yeah, I mean, we're hungry for it. I mean, you know, you hear it all day, longest losing streak, and I mean, it's just, you know, we don't like hearing it. So we're coming here every day just trying to get better and trying to practice hard every day so we can get that W. I mean, the rest of the teams on our schedule, I mean, it's not like we can't win any of the games. They're not just beatable, like unbeatable teams. So I feel like, I mean, it's always a chance to win when we go out on that field. We just got to execute and do our job. So.
But we're not doing our job because we're not winning. That's the only thing that matters, is winning at the end of the day. Now, when you're going through your analysis on a week-to-week basis, and we're big on analytics, and I know I'm old, but guess what? Analytics is important. So, you know, we're looking at all those things, and that's one of the things we're looking at. And, you know, you got to feel good about that, and, you know, moving forward. But, you know, the challenges are ahead of us, and it's all about trying to find a way to get a W here.
If Keon's
But I'm also going to say this first. Progress has to come before W's, and we are showing progress.
Don't forget, this week's game is a day earlier. We'll have continuing coverage throughout the week heading into Friday's matchup against Washington. For GOAZCATS.com, I'm Averie Klonowski.